Well, hello again, YouTube. It's Petey Two Finger. Petey reviews soup. You thought Petey was done reviewing soup? Think again. So, this is today's offering. There's no soup like Progresso. Is almond zebra butt medley. No, it's barley beef barley vegetable. Do you remember the exact name of this?
No, but I'll go look.
You could look it up.
I'm not going to look it up if the can's in the kitchen and I can get the exact name.
So they had a sale at our grocery store, Jewel Osco Finer Foods, and it was like an instant coupon and a sale. Savory beef barley vegetable. So this is like a typical vegetable beef soup, which with it seems to be a ridiculous more amount of beef in it. And the beef is really good. Now, typically, this is like a fall thing for me, beef barley. If you're not aware, French bread with butter. Beef barley. Barley is what's in beer. And it gives the soup a real hearty, bitey flavor. So here is a barley. That's what they look like. It's like a little white bean. And it almost has like an essence similar to like black pepper. Rich and hearty. This is like the best canned soup I've ever had. I'm a sucker for beef barley. These were 99 cents a can for this, which I don't know why we didn't get 10. I think we got 8. Mm-hmm. And 2 of them, I got the chicken and sausage gumbo, which this is something my wife likes to prepare healthy food for us. Doing some chicken breasts in the oven. served with green beans. Real healthy meal. Well, for us. We are reformed junk food junkies we didn't go out to eat a lot.
But we had fries a lot.
We did have a lot of French fries at home. When I think of the amount of ketchup that I drank from putting in the fries, it's, it's like, wow. So one of the ways to handle the chicken leftover, the dreaded dry leftover chicken breast, is chop that up and dump it into a pot with chicken gumbo soup. And that's a more of an acquired taste, like it's New Orleans cooking, it's ethnic, it's got a lot of spice. Contains andouille sausage. Which is a real unique flavor. So I will be back reviewing more of the Progresso soups. This is something I really love to do on this channel, is review a can of soup and take like 45 minutes to do it. Get sidetracked and tell all these redundant stories about complaining about my neighbors. For doing things worth complaining about. There's a certain thing when you share walls and a dumpster. It's just certain things you don't do. I gotta tell you, Progresso savory beef barley vegetable. Double thumbs up from Petey. This is a soup. I think anyone would love this, but if you're a black pepper fiend like I am, and what I like to do is cracked black pepper. That really, you get a lot of bang for your buck. It's the soup is like aromatic, and the peppercorn, it blends with the flavor of barley, which is, it's really, unless you've had beef barley soup, you don't understand what I'm talking about. It's a little white, like bean, and they're like gummy mush when you eat them. They're just chewy and they kind of dissolve. But there's some flavor that's imparted to the entire soup from the barley, which makes it chef's kiss, savory. People that know about beef barley soup tend to love it and know about it. Like, oh, that's really good. This is an extra thing in the soup if it's got that barley in it. So I didn't just get savory beef barley vegetable. We got the beef barley, the classic. In this image, they're showing a green bean, a big old chunk of carrot, a piece of celery, and other nondescript tomato. You know, there's more and larger pieces of vegetables in this image of this. So is there another serving left of this?
Probably not a whole serving. I mean, 'cause I gave you the majority of it.
Yeah, you should have split it in half. Are you going to have it?
Am I gonna be able to have it?
It's really hot.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm sorry.
Just put it in a little container for you or something.
I didn't think it would come out as hot as it was. So yeah, spectacularly good Progresso soup. Again, probably not really healthy. Kind of a like a canned soup for me is a luxury item. This is something I get once a month, right?
Less than once a month. Yeah.
It's a big deal because I know the amount of sodium in there. I know it's not. It's like, oh, this is so good. Eating this nutritionless, packed with salt, mass-produced, bad for you. But like, I don't really have chocolate, or I had Dubai chocolate last night. I'm not opening up bags of Fritos and chips so much. Honestly, I've been on a bit of a chip thing the past month. I've been chipping out with the Rodeo Bill. So yeah.
Quit saying what you don't have. Like
Yeah.
You just recently had.
This is kind of a luxury item for me. And typically I don't get that much satisfaction out of a can of soup, but this was like, whoa. I had to come on here and make a video and let you guys know how much I enjoyed this. And this would be something if I was chilly, like if I had to shovel snow and I came in and my wife had this waiting for me, boy, I would real quickly forget about the sore back and all that. So yeah, I'm sure you're wondering what this is. This is a...
It's not really in the shot.
Excuse me?
It wasn't really in the shot.
What?
I don't think it's even in your shot. You're like, I'm sure you're wondering what this is. I don't think it was even in the scene.
This is a Solo Mesa, is it? Mini stove. So this is like an $80 or $100 item. Stainless steel thing with a little stand that mine came with a box of perfectly pre-cut wood to burn in this thing. And you can also get pellets. Someone mentioned on a video they got a 40-pound bag of pellets at the Tractor Supply for $4. Now that would be like, I want to get that deal. Then I would be running this thing. So yeah, this is a little fire pit. You can cook marshmallows. They show like making s'mores. I suppose you could try to cook anything, cook a hot dog on it. And it's just a neat idea for a miniature patio fire pit. And this is something we used to do back in the old beer drinking days. There's nothing like a fire for a outdoor activity. So look for, more than likely, I would probably want to do like a barbecue or run the smoker and then burn this thing outside and try to maybe make some s'mores on it. I don't know. I can't see just sitting out there like when you take the alcohol out of the picture, The idea of sitting out in the cold is not as appealing to me. I'd rather just be in the house, you know? When you're drinking, it's a whole other different thing. So, apologies to my wife and kids for forcing them into the wilderness as much as we did. But this is a really modern device. I've never seen anything like this before. Mesa tabletop fire pit suited for any outdoor space. And it does have a instruction booklet. Comes with a flame ring, a pellet adapter, the actual stove, and the stand. So, wow, look at the list of do not, only for outdoor use only, do not use it inside or enclosed area under overhanging structures or trees. Do not use the Mesa for indoor heating. Toxic carbon monoxide can accumulate and cause asphyxiation and possibly death. Child safety hazard, not intended for use by children, adult use only. Mesa is not a toy. Exercise the same caution you would with an open fire. It will be extremely hot when in use. Never attempt to touch or move Mesa during use or before it has completely cooled down. Any direct contact may lead to serious injury, whether accidental or otherwise. Do not lean metal objects against Mesa. Must always be used with its included stand, especially when placed directly on wood, grass, PVC, or composite materials. Exercise extreme caution when using Mesa around combustible surfaces. Use on wood, plastic, composite, or other combustible surfaces at your own risk. It can lead to charring or ignition when if not adequately elevated, insulated, or misused. Even when using the stand, wood and other combustible materials differ significantly in quality and have varying heat resistance ratings. Further elevate or insulate Mesa if need to avoid potential damage. Now on the picture, I noted it's sitting on a little, like a wicker woven pot holder. That thing looks like kindling to me. That looks like it would just go up. I thought, wow, they're really confident putting it on that. Oh, and here they are with the baby. There's a little boy, a little blonde-headed boy, and they're cooking marshmallows. Making s'mores for the baby. The kid looks like he's half asphyxiated himself. The mom looks like she's drunk. Look at this kid. Doesn't he look like he's crying? And the woman is drunk?
No, she's laughing, talking to someone next to her, and he's just like staring at the marshmallow.
Yeah, she looks like she's been doing whippets.
Okay. That's why we see things differently.
Do not use gasoline, lighter fluid, or flammable liquid to light or relight Mesa. Doing so can lead to serious injury or property damage, in particular the flammable liquid pools at the bottom of the fire pit. Never leave Mesa unattended when in use, hot or cooling off, especially if used near combustible surfaces. Do not leave on combustible surface overnight, even after use, even if you believe it has cooled off. Be aware of potential damage to people or property and from embers. Mesa is designed for use with natural fuel sources, wood and pellets. It may not function properly with other fuel sources. So I can't put liquid oxygen in my Mesa. Do not alter or modify Mesa in any manner. Do not look directly at Mesa. Do not taunt Mesa. Do not store or use gasoline or any... let me grab my naphtha. Flammable vapors or liquids in the vicinity of Mesa. Do not wear flammable or loose clothing. Just be up there naked with your Mesa. Do not use mesa in windy conditions. Keep all electrical cables away from mesa. Do not lean over mesa when lighting or when they are in use. After a period of non-use, check your mesa for signs of damage and creosote buildup. Do not operate until the necessary repairs and or cleanup is done. Yeah, I got to take the mesa in for a creosote inspection. Do not use water to extinguish, as the fire will cause damage to the mesa and injury to the user. Dispose of ashes properly. Ashes can maintain heat and combustion can occur even after several hours. Serious injury, death, and or property damage may occur if the above instructions are not followed exactly. User assumes all responsibility for safety. Mesa's pellet adapter should be used anytime you plan on burning pellets to allow for optimal airflow and consistent heat. Burning pellets without the pellet adapter could cause your mesa to become extremely hot and could potentially damage your surfaces. Use at your own risk. Wow. This is a super happy fun ball. Place your fire starter in the middle of the mesa's chamber. You're supposed to use a little square that's made from compressed wood chips, like wood shavings, that have been mixed with liquid paraffin and compressed and cooled into little blocks. So the paraffin, when you light this thing, it melts the paraffin, and when that gets to the high enough temperature, it turns that self into a fuel, which is really a little bit of paraffin wax produces quite a bit of energy. When it converts to a gas and goes up in flame, it's really something. So these little starter blocks would really, I mean, it's got the accelerant built into it. The paraffin is there in the wood chips, so it's just like light it and go. You're done. So place your fire starter in the middle of mesa's burn chamber. Use a long lighter to light the fire. Start adding sticks, chunks of wood, or kindling slowly as your pieces of wood catch fire, and more until the mesa is full. Never stack wood higher than mesa's interior burn holes. Doing so will cut the airflow and will cause your fire to smoke. Make sure wood is resting under the holes and that they're clearly visible after fueling. Fuel your fire as often as you need. Keep mesa's flame burning bright all night. So, this was a thoughtful gift from a loved one. The funny thing about it was, it had been taped and retaped multiple times. Like, I don't know how many people have been gifted this and been like, I'm not going to use it. And the person thought of me, oh, Petey will definitely use this. The only thing is, my lifestyle has changed. You know? I can't see paying $80 for this. I was told it's worth $100. I'm guessing it works really, really well for how it's designed. And I would love to get a hold of some of those fire pellets. That's what I would do. So I look forward to a full review for this. I mean, I've got this box of wood that I could at least burn this in it. So we will more than likely do a s'mores night here before it gets too cold out there to do it. and I'll bring the camera on a tripod. We could do a little outdoor adventure with Petey. Do a s'mores night. In the meantime, this is some really good soup. I'm full. We had a great day today, hanging out with family, celebrating some birthdays. This is a card that my granddaughter made for me. And we have 3 grandchildren. Today we were with both of our granddaughters, and the little one is talking a mile a minute. And did you understand a single word that she said?
Yeah. Not every single word, but yes, I did.
Okay. I didn't. It's this thing with baby talk where the parents understand.
Yeah, our kids were the same way.
Yeah, yeah. I had no clue what she was saying. I remember she kept saying about going to the Halloween store.
Oh, yeah. She likes the Halloween store.
Loved the Halloween store. And then she, at one point, she was concerned and she was starting to cry because there was going to be a storm. There's going to be a storm. Ah. And like, I know it's like, okay, these are your kids or grandkids, so they're cute, but she really is cute. She's really a cute little girl. Her sister is cute too, but the little one has like curly hair.
The littlest ones are always cute because they're the littlest one. You know what I mean? They're just like so
Yes.
cute and little and.
Yes, the older one.
Cute, but she's getting older. No.
The A word a little bit. The amount of energy these girls, the running and the weird kind of like jumping on one leg and throwing the other leg up, like crossing them up on a motocross bike or something, like this move that the little one was doing. I'm like, both of my ankles would be broken. So it was a wonderful day. They were like, my daughter kept apologizing because their air conditioner broke, but it was like, I didn't. We were both really just happy to be with them. I hadn't seen them, you know. And at this time, if you miss a couple months, or it was like, you know, been maybe like 4 months since I seen them, and the last time I saw her, she wasn't talking, and now she's completely. So that's unfortunate. Ultimately, I'd love to be able to see them, you know, like once a week. But it's not really up to me. And they have their own thing. And I know how it is when, like us, we took our kid to places where other people wouldn't take their kids, and our kids didn't. They didn't run the show, so you wouldn't know they were there. You know, I've seen other kids where it is an issue because they're demanding to be the center of attention and run the show the entire time. So it is tough in these situations when you have kids that are demanding like that, you know, and hopefully she can grow out of that. But had a really nice time with them. It was great to see my daughter and her husband again, and we just had a wonderful day today. So the downside, you know, I'm moving really slow. Like, I am so unbelievably sore. We did stop by the forge to take a look and see what the status is. Are there still semi-trucks parked there? Is the parking lot still crammed full of, are these employee cars, or did people park them and leave? The trucks are still there. all of the cars were gone. We were there at about 7 p.m. The Charlie Kirk Memorial in this town, he had started an office for what he called America First. Excuse me?
I thought it was like Turning Point USA.
Turning Point USA, excuse me.
Look, I don't really know for sure, but I don't know where you got that.
That's where this is. So that's why they have a memorial there, is because this was his first business office for this political organization going back like...
It was 2012, I think, when he did that.
Yeah. So I wasn't really aware of that. I mean, my wife had brought it up to me. I'm not a Charlie Kirk aficionado. I don't know anything about him. I had seen him once on a Channel 5 documentary, and my impression of him was not a positive impression. When I first saw him, I was like, I don't like that guy. And then after he got assassinated, and they're talking about that he has a wife and kids, it's a little different.
And he's young enough to be our kid. I mean, it's not like he was some kind of...
Seemed like a good guy.
Person our age.
Seemed like a good guy. But again, you're not supposed to say that because he's a what is he? He's a Nazi because
Right, yeah.
because
He's
he
a racist Nazi.
because he doesn't think people should have the rights to abortion.
Yeah.
Touchy subjects, and not for me to make a decision. It's not up to me. No.
And he didn't make laws when he was alive anyways, so I don't know why everybody was so freaked out. Just because that was his opinion.
Delicious, savory, hearty, rich and hearty Progresso, savory beef, barley, vegetable. Double thumbs up. The person who regifted this to me, this was a thoughtful gift. Thank you. Thank you. I will actually use it. And I've had all kinds of little things that I've used for fire pits at this place. I for a while I went nuts doing it. And I had a huge chunk of 3/4 ply that I could set up between two benches so that from the street, if you drove by, this board was there covering the sight line to the fire. So cops could drive by and they would look and they wouldn't see it. They wouldn't see the fire because I had a device. I had a little tiny barbecue thing, like a little cast iron thing, and we would break sticks up and throw it in there. And there's there's plenty of yard waste for us to burn that. And then I was getting stuff from neighbors, and I was getting some stuff from some dumpsters too. So there was never a shortage of wood. And I remember, like, my Pakistan neighbors, there was 3 or 4 of them. They were like 17 to 21-year-old kids that were really into smoking marijuana. And they were like, oh, this white guy, this and that next door, like they didn't like me or whatever. And then eventually they got to know me. And they thought that I was just the coolest person because I could do audio stuff, and they were into sound systems in cars. So once they realized that, I wasn't a typical racist bigot, that I was cool, I didn't care they were Pakistan. The thing about these guys, like, they were so addicted to weed, they would pace around like tigers. I'd see them on their phone. And that was, I knew they didn't have it. And they would be like, we got to get some weed, we got to get some weed. And then they would get it, and everything would be, they would be all happy. They would roll it all up and smoke it instantly, and then they would go right back into this paranoid thing. And I felt bad for them because they were like really addicted to it, like badly. And then I ran into one of them. He had a girl with him, and just a cute girl. I go, hey, I'm catching up with him. We're at a resale store. I ran into him, and he goes, I don't smoke weed anymore. I quit. And I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, dude, you're like, why couldn't I have been that guy? Go down that road for like 3 years and then be like, nah. It took me, a little longer. So we ended up having a couple weeks of hanging out together, doing the bonfire thing. And I have those memories of hanging out with those guys. And there's some really great memories. So it was unfortunate. I don't see them anymore. They got out of here. They went to New York for a while. Then they moved back. And I ran into them, and I was like, man, stop by. I'm right over here, They don't want to hang around with the white guy, I told them, I said, all I'm doing is music. So if you come over, we're gonna play music. So they knew to do the right thing and avoid any and all contact. Speaking of that, I'm going to be doing some editing. I got to heal up here. I'm hobbling around, and I do want to get a hug from my love bug.
He's on the floor.
Yeah, he's a good boy. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. Another long one here. Hug your pets, and peace.